Amigos do Mosaico, nós temos hoje o prazer de receber Yoav Blum, que é um escritor israelense, 40 anos. Seu primeiro livro virou best-seller e ele está aqui em São Paulo por conta da Bienal Internacional do Livro. E eu vou tomar a liberdade de fazer algumas perguntinhas para ele. Yoav, thank you for giving us the time for a little interview.
Thank you for having me.
Is it a coincidence that you're here?
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe, but I like to think about it as an accomplishment or something that comes after a very hard work.
Very hard work.
Yes.
Okay, the hard work is here, I guess.
Part of it, yes.
Part
indeed.
of it. Por que eu fiz essa pergunta? Se é uma coincidência ele está aqui? Porque o livro dele chama-se Os Criadores de Coincidências e eu vou ter que perguntá-lo se há uma lógica nisso. Is there a logic to the rationale in the book? Is it a little surrealist? What's the main let's say, road that one should follow reading your book?
Well, I think there are three main roads you can follow, or three main themes you can follow when you read the book. First of all is the big question of free will versus fate. The people in the book creating coincidences in order for other people to experience and change their lives by doing so. And one of the questions is whether those life changes are something that really at the hands of the people that the coincidences happen to them. The second thing we need to think about is decisions, how we make decisions. Do we come out with them by ourselves, or do we influenced by the world around us? And I think the third thing, and maybe the most important one, is about love as a decision. Is love something that happens to us, like a coincidence, something that is forced upon us, or do we choose the path in which we find our love?
When we mention love, probably the neighbor to this word could be happiness.
Yes.
Okay, what about happiness? I understand that somebody here in the book says everybody who wrote about it probably wrote about satisfaction and not about happiness. How can we separate one from the other?
Well, happiness is one of the most misinterpreted things, I think, in history, right beside life, God, and other big concepts. I think when we talk about happiness, we talk about being content with a little magic powder above it. And we have to understand that this magic powder might not exist, and it's okay to be in life that are good enough and not just the perfect kind of life you can ever imagine. So in a way, happiness and love are both really connected in that way, because you can look on love as something that is so big and so unachievable that you will only strive to get it and will never get it, like happiness. But if you understand that love is not just kind of magic that happens to you, but a decision you make in order to fulfill yourself together with someone else, you can understand that also happiness among love is a decision you make. You make a decision to be happy.
We live in a time when everything is instantaneous, everything must happen in a second. Some people say there are liquid times. Your concept has something to do with the age we're living in. Did you get to the conclusion that people would like to fulfill their lives in such a perfect way that doesn't exist more than in other times?
Well, I think that there were always stories in the background of our lives, but the more we are now engaged with media and social media, we are bombarded with stories that try to convince us that there is such thing as a perfect life, that you just need to reach out and touch it and get it. And when you get too much of these stories, too much of these things around you, and you just know that if you will have your 50 seconds of glory, everything will be all right, you get the wrong idea about what life is. And life is, well, I don't know what life is. I'm still at the beginning of it. I want to believe that I'm in the first third of it. But I think it's probably something bigger than get a lot of likes or be loved by a lot of people on social media or something like that. I think it's more about good choices and about choosing right path. And one of the things that I want to feel is that this daily choice is something that is growing and getting better and getting bigger, and it's not a one-time thing that
happens
happens in a second. Yes.
Could we say that this book has some content related to philosophy? Can we?
Well, at the time, yes, I really like philosophy, and at the time that I wrote it, I was really engaged with reading philosophy about free will, and is there free will, and what it means, and also about decision making, if you know Dan Ariely and all that kind of stuff. So it influenced me in some levels, I can assure of that. Philosophy can be something that seems very distant and very abstract for us, but at the bottom of it, philosophy is how to live well. And I think that a little bit of philosophy every day can help you, look at life from a little step back and just relax later about what life is all about.
Last question, and I think a hard one.
Okay.
We just celebrated 70 years of Israel's independence. Would you say that the creation of a modern Jewish state is a coincidence?
I don't think so. I think it's a combination of maybe some small coincidences, but a lot of ambitious and hard-working people that worked for a lot of time in order to create it, in order to establish it, and to maintain it. And I think the great aspects of the Jewish state right now is not thinking that we are here by coincidence or by luck, but understanding that there is a lot of hard work that still needs to be done in order to develop and maintain and become something that is bigger and better every day.
Okay, so could I force the situation saying it's not only divine intervention, the humans had something to do with it too?
Always. I think that divine intervention always counts on humans to do their part, and humans need to do whatever they can, and hopefully hope that divine intervention is also going to help them at the end.
Okay, Yoav, thank you very much for giving us a few minutes.
Thank you.
It's a pity you're here just for a few days.
Well, maybe next time I'll be here for a little longer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Amigos, Os Criadores de Coincidências, do Yoav Blum. Eu acho que vale a pena ler um livro que é realmente diferente. E o Mosaico volta já já.